to the college kids, no scholarships starting your semester. Unpacking your suitcases, filling up your dresser. Enjoy it while you got it, after that is God bless you. Life is your professor, know that bitch is gone.
Yeah.
Oh, here. Yeah, can you grab Phil real quick? Chris. He outside. They gonna be cool and shit. Right, we outside and shit. I got it. Can't walk to no
No, look at his face. He's fine.
I was back there. You can?
That's a bit.
I'm parked.
I should go. It's hilarious.
I feel like right now it's like I feel that. I'm just about to like I'm gonna say you recording?
Y'all ate 20 pouches already?
No, I don't eat candy. So. I want to say thank y'all for coming. Y'all too. Just be yourselves. You know, a lot of conversation to flow. I mean, we got questions we're gonna ask y'all, but we already talked about it before. We didn't have conversations. Y'all not unfamiliar with nobody that's gonna be interviewing you. So yeah, be yourself. That's just like the main part. Just be yourself. Have y'all done something like this before? No. Is everybody first time? Yeah. Okay, cool. That worked. I ain't scared to embarrass myself now. Yeah, y'all here for a reason. Let the nervous shit go out the window. Everybody came here to see y'all and shit like that.
We got a little drink too if y'all want to knock out the nervous system. Just a little wine. Just a little wine, that's it. It ain't gonna hurt nobody, but you know.
Yeah. Once again, thank y'all for coming. I'm glad y'all agreed to this shit.
Lord, thank you for making me part of it. What?
Oh, yeah, always.
Or us part of it. That's right.
I'm gonna say something real quick too.
I want to say thank y'all to my guys for trusting me with this event. For me personally, this is like my third, fourth event, and I just want to say, no, I'm just saying, but everybody here have been like a part of. Everybody here for the most part been a part of every single one. So I just want to say, the reason why we doing this is just to like build each other up for real, show each other that we all accessible, that we really a community for real, and like this really everybody night for real. Like y'all to the speakers and like let's go up, man. Like we all witnessing each other's journey like from the start. So let's keep doing it. Let's go crazy. And yeah, thanks. Thank God for everything. Okay.
Y'all can just chill out in here. We should be getting the show up and running in no time. Yeah. Justin, you coming out first. All right. So you gonna do the introduction of my story.
What's the order?
He's first. Then I'm gonna introduce Phil. Phil's gonna introduce you out.
Yeah, you second. And then we're gonna have a little intermission, like a 5-minute break?
Yeah.
Like a little 5-minute break. They're gonna get up, get drinks or whatever they wanna do, and then we got you.
And right after that, y'all gonna come in right after the intermission. And we're gonna bring everybody out. And we're just gonna
answer questions if whoever asks questions.
Yeah. You'll also have time to get a question answered while you're having your own thing. So yeah, it's a Q&A part while you're having your own interview, and then it's a Q&A when we're all together. Yeah, that's the end.
So everyone comes out here.
Yeah. Where you at?
Why?
We got somebody.
What's up, everybody? Can we get the music lowered now? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Good evening. I just want to say I appreciate everybody for coming out to this first panel. I'm the owner, founder, art director for Million Village. You already know YC, Young Creators. These my guys out here, my brothers. They've been on this journey for a minute with the podcast and just putting art out there. So we decided to collab and, put this special event together. Main reason why we doing this is to just show like community is very strong and like we all for each other for real. And yeah, if we ever need a call or a text, we all there for each other. Like if we ever need advice. So once again, I appreciate y'all. My name is Poi. What I do is I model, I creative direct projects, and obviously I put on events. I'm the producer of this event. And I hope y'all enjoy. I hope y'all pick up some gems, y'all network, and y'all just enjoy yourself for real, man. Everybody looks beautiful. Y'all look great. Black is beautiful for real. So I hope y'all celebrate y'allself. And real quick, can y'all just clap for yourself as well? And yeah, with that being said, like I said, y'all look great. Let's just go ahead and get this kicked off. I want to start it off by introducing YoungCreatorZ again. Like I mentioned, they're not just podcast people, but they're really storytellers when it comes to their work. Like, they go to events, they shoot events, they tell a story within everything. And what we're doing today is telling the story as well on how to build an authentic brand. And when it comes to young creators, you think of Kai, you think of Phil, you think of Nia. And I want to start it off by bringing my brother Kai out. I'm pretty sure everybody knows him, so Kai, go ahead and step out for me. Can y'all give it up for my brother one more time, please? It's one of my good friends right here, inspires me all the time, and I just want him to go ahead and speak. So thank y'all for your time. I'm Poi once again. Later, hopefully we could get like each other Instagrams or whatever, but yeah, if y'all want to, y'all could follow the Millie on the Village page, follow Young Creators page, and yeah, let's enjoy today's event. So appreciate y'all.
I ain't gonna lie, I do want to get a dump picture real quick, so everybody just say cheese. I'm gonna get a little 0.5. 3, 2, 1. You said what? All right. How y'all doing? I'm Kai, 1/3 of the Almost Dropouts, half for Young Creators. This is new for me. You know, we talk a lot on the mics and the camera and everything with the podcast, but I ain't never been in front of about 30 people, so it's a little different. Just to think about it, right? This was all like an idea at one point. You feel me? Like, this was in my head. Did I imagine y'all in the crowd specifically? No, but for some odd reason, I did imagine cameras recording, a mic in my hand, and I'm talking to people, right? So, imagine this. Okay, 16, right? Downstairs, just chilling. Quarantine is crazy. And you get bored. And you don't got a lot of things to do in your boring time, so you just do anything, right? I'm on the phone with my friends. We just talking. Y'all ever been like in a group FaceTime call? Y'all plan to be there for 5 minutes. Next thing you know, y'all been on the phone for about 2 hours or some shit like that. Oh, wait, if I... I'm in the front, y'all, I shouldn't be cussing. Okay, start it over. But yeah, 16, I'm on the phone with my friends and we just talking. We just chopping it up. We talking to my friend Dad. We talking about a whole bunch of wild stuff. And some of those friends are in the crowd tonight. All I remember is, let's do a pod. Like, let's record these conversations and let's do it. I didn't have no mics. I had a Canon G7X Mark II. My brother had a Canon G7X. So we had 2 cameras. That was a privilege. We had an iPhone and an iPad for a mic. And there was 11 of us in the garage, right? And we just push record and start talking. That too was an idea. And that started my whole journey to where I am today. We done did 3 podcasts. We got the Shark Tales. Y'all know about that. Y'all some OGs, for real. We got the Garage Sale. That's me and my brother Zay over here, right before I went to college. And then the one I stuck with the most is the Almost Dropouts. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that idea that came to my mind that I was able to turn into something tangible that people can watch. And that's what Young Creators is, right? The Almost Dropouts is the baby of Young Creators. And Young Creators is people like y'all in the crowd that take something from their head and put it out in the world and make it tangible. And if you can't put it out in the world and make it tangible, you got people like Young Creators you could come to that could put your idea out in the world and make it tangible. Did I just freestyle all that? Yeah, I did. I'm used to it. But I told y'all the story about the Shark Tales. You know, we was talking, we was chopping it up, decided to record in the garage. My brother helped us record the first episode. And the Almost Dropouts found me in a very pivotal time in my life. I had just started school. I really didn't want to go to school. I only went to school because of my parents. I'll just tell you that. A lot of people go to school because of their parents. I really didn't know what I wanted to do though. My dad wanted me to go to agricultural school way in Louisiana. I look like I plant. Do I look like I farm things? No, I don't. I told my dad, I said, hey, I go to school, right? But it got to be on my terms. I got to do what I want to do. Else I'm not going to be there long. And so my boy Phil came through to Georgia State as well. We was chilling in the dorms. And I was like, dang, I get it. I get it why niggas drop out now. Like, this might not be the place for me. And we all know freshman year it's fun, but you're not in them classes that you picked that major for. So you're really just chilling. And so we met Nia before we went to college. And before you know it, we was in the library sweating. It's probably about 70 degrees in there all times of the year. Cameras running hot. They would turn off in the middle of us filming. Audio would run stupid. For those who don't know, our first big guest on the podcast was Poppy Q, Quan, Cashy V, and Eliante. I butchered that episode. You talk about being a bad director and producer. I got so deep into the conversation, I forgot we was recording. And we stopped recording. Did I know that? Nah, I didn't. It wasn't until I got home and it was like, dang, you messed this up. You messed all of this up. Like, this could have been your biggest episode. They did another podcast the week after and it did 50K. Ours only did 2K. And that was strongly off of the name of Quan and Cashy V and all of them. But another one they did was 50K. So I said, okay, I'm gonna build it up. I'm not gonna stop, but I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna build it up. And so we took a little break after freshman year, me, Nia, and Phil. And I remember getting a job that I hated. I only spent 3 months there. But I took my last check that I got from that job and I bought $800 worth of equipment and mics, soundboard, and just some things to touch up the cameras. And then we were shooting out the dorms. So the whole message of all of this is just wherever you are, there you are. You can do it right there. Each and every one of y'all in the room. It's possible. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait till you get that $3,000 camera. Don't wait till you get that car. If you gotta walk, walk. If you gotta call an Uber, call an Uber. If you gotta ask your mom and dad for a ride there, do the hard things, because I promise you it'll pay out. And for the kid that came up with Young Creators, right? For that boy that really didn't know what the world was gonna make of him, so he made himself something that the world just had to accept. He's alive and he's well. He's smiling right now. I'm that little boy still. I haven't grown up too much. The first person I want to bring out with me to have this conversation as we go through how to build an authentic brand is Justin, AKA ATL Candy. Actually, I'm not going to do that. We're just going to talk. Because that's what we do. We're podcast. We just talk. None of our podcasts is scripted. So this is not going to be scripted. But yeah, if y'all can't just give it up for my boy ATL Candy, Justin Burris.
How y'all doing? Doing pretty good.
Okay, so this is too far. I'm actually gonna sit right beside you now. Right. How you feeling?
Pretty good.
You nervous? I ain't gonna lie, I'm nervous.
Just a little bit. This is the first time. Haven't seen a lot of these faces before, so
yeah.
It's there, but it's just talking. We good.
So community, right?
Yes, sir.
This is what this is. This is community. I see a lot of my friends in the crowd. You see a lot of your friends in the crowd. You see somebody you know, somebody.
Yeah, I've seen, at least, even if I don't know you, I've seen your face. I know that sounds kind of weird, but it's just the nature of who I am, I guess.
Well, believe it or not, since we're connected, my network is your network. So this is your community as well. When we talk about community and we talk about the things that you did at Georgia State, your ATL Candid. For those that don't know, ATL Candid is a photography page who literally started out hiding, taking pictures of people as they walk the green space or just walk like little parts of campus. And so he would get these candid pictures that would just capture what someone was going through that day and what they had on. And he started showing the expression that these college students were trying to tell the world from their clothes. And so that's what Justin did. When did you say, hey, let me go outside and let me take some pictures?
Halfway through freshman year, after I realized college is not as easy as the rest of the school. It's just hard. It's a lot of adjusting, a lot of getting used to it. And, for me, I feel like high school, I wasn't a big social person until the very end of it. You know what I mean? When I was leaving. So I kind of wanted to step into college different. Like, I wanted to be more involved off the bat. You know what I mean? I knew opportunity to engage with new people and just be myself and try to make something of myself and of the community around me. Just impact it somehow. You know what I mean? Everybody can do things in different ways, but how can I do something for this community in some way?
So would you say you built your own community, or you just immersed yourself into something that was already there?
I think the community was already there. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of showcasing it and making people comfortable enough to come out and network with themselves. It's just a bunch of networks. You know, like you said, this is from you, but it's also,
Yeah.
you know, it's everybody. I feel you, but you know what I mean? To me, that's how it feels. It's like, but this is a whole branch of people. Everybody brings a whole branch of people with them. So just kind of, I needed to find a universal way to just bring people together. Was something that's not too deep, but strong enough to where I could bring people together. And to me, it was fashion and clothes. So people see clothes. It was enough to just get different groups, different types of people. It's a whole bunch of different types of people who know how to dress to come together and just be more involved on campus, just be more around, present, aware, if you will, you know, just trying to network and meet people, because that's what I was trying to do. Just, even though it's hiding, you know what I mean, in the cut.
But it was hiding for a minute. I remember walking campus beginning of second semester, I want to say, and I started seeing your pictures just pop up on my feed. I wasn't even following you at the time, so it was just really just popping up, I guess, because I was in the area. And I'm like, where he be at? Like, where's he taking these pictures from? And I'm trying to catch you, because I'm like, I want to get on ATL Candy too. I want to take some pictures or whatnot. But to fast forward from where you started, now it's like you're ATL Candy.
Yeah.
You know, now people kind of put a face to you and everything like that. How would you say that's affected the art of it? You know, you started off trying to hide, and now it's like you can't hide anymore. So how has that affected the art and the photography?
I think it kind of like accelerated the engagement of it all. You know what I mean? It made it more serious for me, for sure. Because at first it was more like a school project. Like, let's see how socially people react to seeing themselves. You know what I mean? And it became more like, wait a minute. Like, no, like, this is low-key a fashion show every day. Like, you know what I mean? And it's really by chance. I like it that way because I don't want to make it, you know, biased. Because I'm the one behind the camera.
Yeah.
You know, why didn't he choose me? It's not like that.
A couple times.
You know?
Why didn't you choose me?
Man, it's all because it's just all about the vision at the time and the chance. I have class. What am I doing? You know what I mean? But realistically, I would say I think what changed the most was trying not to communicate with people who I kept meeting. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to still get pictures. So I think there was just a couple people who I knew just put it on. Like, actually, one of your guests, Nikki. Nikki, I met her really early on when I was doing this. And we just had a conversation. I was like, dang, she really puts it on. You know what I mean? Like, dang, like.
From the jump.
Yeah, from the jump. She's really setting the standard for a lot of people and for me.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you know, what am I looking for? That was kind of a thing I could tell that she brought that cadence with her. You know what I mean? And so I wanted to bring that out with people in a different way. Not everybody has to dress the same, but I could still see that you put the effort in, the art to make yourself pop somehow. You know what I mean? Whatever style it might be. You could be on with skinny jeans. I mean, you could be baggy jeans. You could be joggers. But how you put it on and how you style it can change how your person is coming off. You could be far away, but you could be very noticed. You know what I mean? So I wanted more people to stop just being lazy. Yeah. I hate to say it like that, but it is a laziness to getting dressed. Your presentation is kind of everything sometimes. So,
okay, how would you describe the community that you've adapted? Like, how would you describe, you know, that Georgia State college student base?
Okay, what do you mean by that? Like
the community as a whole. What would you say about them? At least from the pictures that you took.
All right, I would say Georgia State is extremely diverse. Like, the students there, everybody's very different. I think because they're coming from many different parts of Georgia, not everybody's coming from, or anywhere really, honestly. People are from out the country, the state, it's just all around. So, you know, how do you bring together people who are so different at the same time? Yeah. That was my biggest challenge in my head, was like, you know what I mean? So many different people, where do I fit in at? And I just kind of I like making a lane, I guess. I don't know. Everybody just come up with an idea and find a way to bring people together. And clothes is like, I didn't realize at the time how significant it would have been there. Okay. But it became a very significant thing. You know what I mean? It had momentum to it.
So for those who don't know, me and Justin have been working on a documentary about his effect on the green space at Georgia State. And starting out the documentary, I didn't know where we wanted to go with it, right? I didn't know exactly what we wanted to talk about. But as I put together a proof of concept, just a shortcut of the documentary and what it could be, I found that the story was community, right? It was how he brought people together on this green space and everything. Now, he did this thing called PTSO, which is a fashion event on campus. Can you talk about that, how that came to be?
Heck yes. Oh man. This is like, so after I had got started with the pictures, I seen the engagement, it went off. I seen people just like, I was getting likes, I guess, numbers. I was like, okay, so people are seeing this.
Likes, y'all. He got 20,000 college students following him for pictures. So,
and
a lot of likes.
from there though, I peeped. So I was like, okay, I wonder how serious this is. I was like, social media is really fake in a lot of ways, but I want it to be real. You know what I mean? I didn't want my impact to be just online. Like, I really want it to be a real thing. So I was like, I have to actually collect people now. Like, okay, I've made myself known. How can we come together and actually make this an organized thing? So I was like, a fashion show. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, that's essentially what it is. But when you organize it and bring people together, now you have the opportunity to meet people. Oh, I like your fit. Instantly a conversation. You know what I mean? That's his network, and that's all it's about. You never know who may change your life. Like,
that's facts.
We're in school. We're looking for those type of networks. That's what it's about. So at that time, that was my intention, was trying to just bring people together on a similar basis. Like, we were wearing clothes, I like what you're wearing, but my major is this, my major is that. Whatever line of reasoning that you go down, It could be anything.
So is the first PTSO event, is that when you realize like, hey, I built something here? I got people that follow me, that look for me and stuff?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The feeling of people showing up for something is like, it's different. It's like, dang, maybe I did make some sort of impact. Yeah. Maybe people do care. You know what I mean? It's not just online. Like, that's what I was trying to say.
That's facts. I feel you.
Yeah. And so being able to see that, I was like, yeah, I got to do it again. And I did it again. And it was better the second time. And at that point, it was just like, I didn't realize just how serious it could be. But it is. Like, it's really people's life. Like, living day to day, what's interesting you? I might be having a bad day. I had a horrible day at class. Now, hold on. I might be shooting my horn, but like, I'm only going based off experience. But sometimes when I post people, they really like that. Like, that's engaging for them. And I love that I get to give them that opportunity. You know what I mean? Okay. Like, you're being put on a stage of a sorts. You know what I mean? I like that they have the opportunity. Their friends get to see that. Hey, you was on here. You know what I mean?
Just that. My first time being up there. I did not have on no fit, by the way. I had on sweats and a cash flow hoodie that my homeboy made. And I'm like, out of all the fits I put on, this is the one you want to do. But I looked like I was going somewhere that day, actually. What does this picture say to you right here? You took it. This one right here.
Yeah, this is actually one of the... This is actually one of the first times I did this type of angle. I was just going for different angles and whatnot. Honestly, when I'm taking pictures, it's like I said, it's really about I hate to use this word so frequently, but aura or the vibe or just the cadence of the person. The way you wear your clothes, like I said, it changes how you look. But every person I take pictures of, for the most part, it's like they caught my eye before I took their picture. You know what I mean? It was like I would just look at them regardless. It wasn't like let me just start taking pictures to take pictures. Like, no, I was sitting outside one day. I was like, dang, people are putting clothes on and looking really good doing it. I wonder if I could bring this to the masses in some way. Like, if they could see themselves, how would they feel? And I just keep doing that. And they kept putting more clothes on. And then, you know what I mean? It just goes from there.
Cold lead on her shirt. It's crazy.
Yeah. Right now. But look. It's her message, though. It's a vibe. You know what I mean? If you see that, you'd be like, dang, that's interesting. Why do you have cult leader on your shirt? You know what I mean?
Facts. TikTok, by the way. Looked like it was hot outside.
It was. Definitely a summer day.
I want to open the floor up to a couple of questions. Anybody got anything? You don't got to be shy. I'll pass the mic to you. Nobody, we good? Okay. Okay, you good. Go ahead then, brother.
I don't even necessarily the question, but I see how taking these photos also gives people confidence, especially when they see themselves on the page. And also even more like smaller communities. Because like when you go to the page, you go to the comments, able to like connect with other people.
Facts.
I try to see where she get that shirt from. So like, hey, send me the link to the shirt. Yeah, I think it's just dope how just taking pictures is allowing you to like create this community amongst people. Right. So,
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I agree with you though. The confidence thing. I mean, I did this. I feel like I really like to get kind of just some sort of delay from people. Like once they get posted, how did that make you feel? People in the community, how does that make you feel? Even from you just now, you just gave me, feedback on what you feel from this. You know what I mean? And to me, I just take it from there. I mean, if you feel like you're getting confidence, then I'm gonna keep taking your picture. Like, you know what I mean? Why am I helping you feel better about yourself? I mean, at the end of the day, I'm here to just provide some sort of extra positivity within my own, bounds. I'm doing what I can do. You know what I mean?
Okay, cool. We got one more question. You talk loud. You got it. Okay, for sure.
How did you go about becoming the face if you have something that's you're taking pictures? How do you plan on immersing yourself into your brand and becoming the face? Like you are the person behind the camera. How do you be the face of your brand if you're behind the camera constantly? And part two of that question is like, do you find purpose in pictures?
Okay. So the first one, how do I become the face of the brand?
That's a good question because you're behind the camera. Yeah. And for a moment you were hiding. But now you're the face.
I did not want to be known.
Okay.
Like I did not want you to know it was me taking your picture. Because it would take away. It's like now you know it's me. You're gonna look and it's what I mean? I like the disconnect.
Okay.
You're living your life. Like that's the whole point of the capturing.
Yeah.
And so wait, to answer your question, I mean, that involves I think really being present in real life because even though I'm taking their picture, I'm still actually physically there with them. You know what I mean? At some point I get to meet the person or whoever I'm taking pictures of. I met a lot of people earlier on and I kind of had to pull back because it would start affecting when I'm taking pictures. I couldn't get my pictures if I'm meeting somebody at the same time. You know what I mean? So I kind of just that's why I like to be distant, but at the end of the day, it's just about, right now, that's something I'm working on too. It's just becoming more of the face of my brand. And I think it's about being intentional, showing the people who you are, being there consistently and providing just effort, I guess. I think that's the best way to do it. I mean, my face is not there, but if you go to Georgia State, you probably have seen me at least a couple of times sitting in that green space. You know what I mean? Like
on the bench.
I'm there. It's just the internet don't see it like that. I think that's how I would put that.
Okay, cool.
Wait, my bad. What was your second part of the question?
How do you find purpose in your did the picture provide a purpose to you? Do you found your purpose, when you take these pictures?
Yeah, definitely. That's what made me be consistent. Was that I now have a lane. You know what I mean? I have somewhere to drive, basically. Like I have something to do every day. I mean, I'm providing something for the school that the school wasn't providing. And that's just, to me, that was purpose instantly. I was like, wow, people actually like this. People, like you said, there's confidence in that. Any type of feeling I'm able to evoke into the person that's getting their picture taken, to me, was a plus to doing that. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm just portraying somebody else's art. And some people take it more serious than other people. But at the end of the day, it's still being shown. And people see it and they feel whatever they feel and it goes from there. You know what I mean? There's always purpose. I think any picture actually has purpose. It's just about how, whoever is visioning what's going on is, yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I appreciate you, brother, for coming out. You know what I'm saying? That's going to wrap up this part and everything. Yeah. We will be having another part of Q&A, so if y'all get questions in the meantime, y'all can ask them after. Appreciate you.
No problem. Appreciate y'all.
And the next person I'm gonna bring out is my boy Phil, aka The Blazer, aka Mr. OG Phil, aka Mr. Two Trill, you know what I'm saying? Aka Phil the Philosopher. Shout out Just Easy.
Lord Jesus. How y'all doing today? How y'all feeling? Y'all look amazing, I'm not gonna lie. Y'all look great. This part of the segment, we're gonna really focus on consistency. And we have a young lady here, a young Atlanta creative, who really captures the consistency within her work. She goes by the name of Jig Pics. She has over 17,000 followers on Instagram. She just started really getting it up there like 4 or 5 years ago, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Please forgive me for that. Yeah, without further ado, let's bring on Jig Picks.
Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing?
How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So now today we're focusing on your consistency. Now, you've been very consistent over the years with your posts. How do you keep that level of consistency without burning out of creativity?
I would say just being myself. Like, honestly, I would just say me being consistent is more so me putting out the work that I feel like is the best work. Like, I don't really have no story or nothing. Like, it's more so like me being consistent is just me being like, I'm nervous, y'all.
Yeah, please bear with us.
Say the question one more time.
How do you keep your level of consistency without burning out of creativity? Wait. Before you answer that question, let me backtrack. I apologize, y'all. Can you tell the people who you are, where you're from, how did you get into what you're doing?
Okay.
Let's start there. I apologize.
Okay, hey y'all, I'm Jig. My Instagram is JigsPics, JIGGS.PIC. I'm a photographer in ATL. I just turned 21. And yeah, this is who I am.
That's it, y'all. That's it.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah, say the
first
question.
How do you keep your level of consistency without burning out of creativity?
Okay, so I would just say like I'm more so on my creative aspect. It's more so like I let my models come up with whatever they want to come up with, and then I kind of just think like, okay, what could I bring to the table that's more so like extra and what I can make it my own? Because I've seen a lot of people do a lot of creative stuff, but I'm more so like on the film type of look. Like I like to like make my stuff more like filmy looking and like color grading and stuff like that. And I also like to like make my models like duplicating and just doing a whole bunch of different stuff. But I would just say to keep my creativity, I more so just like to edit a lot. I like to just sit down, just chill, and then kind of just let my brain work. I don't really have no like straightforward answer for that. It's just more so I just let however it play out.
That's real.
Yeah.
No, I respect that. No, that's real. Now, the Almost Dropouts, we've been posting for what? How long have we been consistently posting? For like a year now? Kai, how long have we been consistently posting? For like a year now? The Almost Dropouts podcast.
Oh yeah,
We've been dropping for like a year straight. So that's consistency for us.
Right.
But for you, do you have like a schedule or do you just go with the flow with your posting?
Yeah, I really just go with the flow. I'm more so like, if I just feel like posting, I post, and then I make like scrolls and stuff. I like to make my posts actually like creative and make it look very like presentable. So when people look at it, they be like, dang, like that shit hard. Like, yeah.
Yeah, nah, for sure. If y'all haven't, y'all definitely need to go check out some of her posts and all those pictures, because those pictures are definitely hard and they for sure creative.
Thank you.
Now, we know that life happens, real life happens, rough patches happen. How do you stay consistent through your real life situations that go on with stuff like that?
I would just say I really do have to sometimes put my clients first, because it's more so in the aspect like, yes, I want to live my life and do things too, but I also have to realize I still have a business and I still have to be professional. So it's more so like I balance both. Like I have my fun and then I still go back home, start editing, and then I just do that. Yeah.
Now, has there been a time where you really didn't feel like posting, but you knew what it was, so you had to?
Yeah, I've definitely had that. I feel like.
How was that? I'm sorry.
You good. I would say with that, I definitely had plenty of times where I didn't feel like posting, but I would just be like, okay, I'm gonna just do it and then just drop it. But I would just say more so I will wait until like certain times of the day, so I know when I feel like it's the best time to post, that I know when people will actually engage and see it, and then I would just go from there.
Facts, that's real. Now, How do we meet? I'm not sure if we met through a creative. Did we meet through a creative concept? You one of your creative concept shoots?
I mean, I did. I used to do group shoots. I think you was in my group shoots, yeah.
Is that like the first time we like really met? Though?
Yes, I would say yeah. I think, yeah.
But that was years ago though, right? Mm-hmm. So throughout the years, how do you continue to come up with new themes of creative concepts without having to be repetitive?
I would say I did take a big break on group shoots, but when I did first start, I really just had a whole bunch of different ideas in my head. I would just take notes and stuff and think of things that would like stand out, and that's my own thing type thing. So I would just say I really just kind of just had different ideas that I already had being a photographer, and then once I actually thought about those ideas, I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna just create an actual theme, and then once I would make flyers and stuff, and then I would post them, and then people would sign up on my Google Forms and stuff like that. And then once I did that, a lot of people was interested in it, and it kind of just opened people up to like wanting to model for different stuff type things. So yeah. When I did that, it was like people was actually interested in it because they never seen that before, where I did actual big groups of people modeling for me. And then when I did that, a lot of people was kind of like, when I first started, I had a lot of different people that would sign up, but it kind of slowed down. So I took a break. But after I took the break, I was like, okay, let me think of some other things that could like make people engage and actually want to, model and stuff like that. And it actually brought opportunities out for different people, and it actually made them kind of be like, okay, I want to get into modeling. Like I met a lot of different people that wasn't into modeling like that for real, and then once they kind of did my shoots, they was like, oh, I want to keep working with Jig, and then they would book their own shoots and stuff like that. And then after that, I just kind of slowed down because I felt like I was kind of losing the motivation to do it, because it does take a lot of work. You do have to like actually let people sign up. Then once they sign up, I have to go through all of the people that wanted to participate and then pick out the people. And shout out to my best friends, they be helping me.
Shout out to the best.
So we be looking at just different people who could fit the theme and stuff like that. And then really after that, I just kind of like get a group of people, I send them messages out and then let them know like how everything's gonna work, the location and all of that. And then once all of that happens, we just get it rolling.
Hey,
like,
magic. Yeah. That's real. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you have over 17,000 followers on your business page, which is a big accomplishment. Yes. And that's accumulated over the past, 4 years?
5. It's about to be 5 in July.
Years. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Now, with that being said, you are growing at a rapid pace.
Yes.
Do you plan on eventually gathering a team to help you and assist you with some of the things that you deal with?
Yes. I would say like right now, I'm still kind of waiting because I'm trying to just like figure out how my life is going to go. I do want to eventually move out, get my own studio and stuff like that, and just have like people be able to rent out my studio so they can kind of like, and have their own work that they want to put out and stuff like that. But right now, I don't really have a full plan yet. I'm just trying to like let everything go with the flow. Like I don't really have like a plan for real, but that's what I really want to do at the end goal, is have my own studio, Jig Studios, and just let people create their own things. And then, but I also do want to have a team for myself, but I do want to eventually take pictures for like Vogue and stuff like that. But right now I'm just solo dolo. So
for sure.
Yeah.
Now, when you do open up to getting more team members, what are some of the qualities that you're looking for within those team members?
I would say people that are trustworthy for one. I would definitely say that's a big factor for me. I would say people that I can actually rely on, because I'm a person where like if I need something done, you gotta help me get it done, because I really can't do it by myself. But people that can just actually give ideas to. I don't want to also always be the one to actually give out the instructions. Like I want people to actually be able to give me ideas too, so we can be a team together. So yeah, that's really what I look for though. But I haven't really like got to that point. So
that's real. Yeah. Next question: do you think consistency matters more than talent?
I would say Yes, I would definitely say consistency is definitely more important than talent, only because with consistency, you have to be consistent for people to even see your talent in the first place. So if you're not consistent and letting people actually see the art that you put out, then nobody's gonna know you. So it's like, I have like on my aspect, I'm more so like I like to show myself too so people can understand and know who I am as a person, and then also my photography and who I am as a photographer as well. So I would just say I definitely feel like consistency is definitely more important than talent, because you have to be able to put your work out in order for people to see it, so you can show the talent that you have. So yeah.
That's real. And lastly, if you had to give someone advice on being consistent, what is the mindset that you would want to put them in, or what is the mindset that they should have if they want to be more consistent with whatever they're doing, whether it's their business or going to work or working out or being in the gym, whatever the case may be?
I would say, honestly, in the photography aspect or just like showing your art, I would say definitely like you don't know who's watching. You know that it's a whole bunch of different people that's seeing you on social media. So it's like if you're being consistent and actually showing the things that you have talent in, it's like, okay, cool. Everybody, it's a lot of people seeing you. It's a lot of people that want to meet you. There's a lot of people that want to work with you. So I feel like it's more so on the aspect that like you have to be able to be consistent so people can actually know who you are. And a lot of like famous people, you don't know who's watching you. Like I worked with light skinned Keisha. She said she just seen my stuff on her Explore page, and she said I knew I need to go to her. So like I was like, dang, I didn't even know she would have seen my work. So it's like just being consistent is just the simple fact that you just have to know, like you don't know who's watching, and you don't know people who can actually recognize you. And yeah.
That's real. Now, with that being said, what's your personal favorite shoot? Which one of your shoots is one of your personal favorite shoots? I know you work with a lot of people that are known worldwide. You work with a lot of models that are known worldwide. So, what's your personal favorite shoot? Yeah, you're good.
I don't have a personal favorite, only because it's a lot of shoots that I did that I really did enjoy. But I would say one at the top of the list, I would definitely say a lot of shoots that I did with Geo. I don't know if y'all know who Geo is. I did one with Aaliyah interlude. That was a good shoot that I did. I also did one with Chris. He had a message that he wanted to. It's on here on the top.
Boy, yeah.
Yeah, those are the top three. But I would say I have a lot of different ones, so I don't have no specific favorite though.
That's right. I respect it. Now, is there any open questions for the audience?
Shit.
Oh my God, it's like 4 or 5 hands. I don't know who. Okay. You go first, Brad.
All right, hi, my name is Bradford. I've seen you actually edit at a party one time. What is your drive, and like what motivates your drive?
When you say what motivates my drive, elaborate, please.
What's your motivation? Like, what makes you say, hey, I'm gonna edit this in a party? Mind you, we're enjoying ourselves.
Baby, I gotta get it done. So I would just say, like, that's really all it is. Like, most of the time I do a lot of birthday shoots. So if it's somebody's birthday and then I'm still trying to have fun too, I'm gonna have to do it while I'm having fun. Or I'll just try to do it beforehand, and then I could do whatever I want to do after that. But yeah, most of the time it's just me trying to get it done, because I do have clients that actually have deadlines. So yeah.
Thank you.
Who next? Oh, Kat.
Actually, can I go next?
Oh.
Okay. I wanted to ask you, when you're creating, like when you're editing your photos and everything, and you're doing more like graphic designs, and you're doing like a lot of different pictures and a lot of different, like you said, duplicating and stuff like that. How do you think of those ideas when it comes to like editing? Like how do you know what direction you want to take?
I would definitely say most of the time my clients, they send me like inspo pictures, and then I kind of just like be like, okay, let me see how I can make it my own type thing, and like make it my own. Really, that's really y'all, and just me trying to just bring my creativity out of it. But yeah, who else got a question? Okay.
Yeah. So the personal people that know you in your life as Jordan, where did the jig of you come from? Where did that come from?
Well, I had an old friend that called me that, and it just made sense to just add the pics at the end. And yeah, I really don't have a story to my name, but that's just, it's just a nickname.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, jig.
Okay.
I had heard something you said that caught my eye. As I've been getting older, like I've been like really realizing that 2 heads is better than one. So I just wanted to ask, like, how important do you think it is really like to have people on your side to like give you ideas and just to help like with your creativity?
I would definitely say it's very important because I realized like over the couple years that like once my clientele kind of got busy and stuff, it was like, okay, like it get to a point where like you get stressed out and then you kind of can't handle it on your own. So I'm thankful to have my 2 best friends that's able to help me with certain things. Like my friend Ashley, she like if I be like, oh, I need somebody to just edit the rest of these pictures, she would do it for me, and I'll just be thankful for that because I just have a lot of clients now, so it's kind of like overwhelming. And being that I edit on my phone and stuff, so all of that is a whole nother ball game. So yeah, but it's very important to have a team on your side. Definitely.
Last question.
Okay.
Twin Jordan. I've been rocking with you for a minute, really since like middle school. So my question for you, well, first, congratulations to all your success.
Thank you.
But since knowing you since middle school, at a time where we're very young and our thoughts and ideas isn't fully there yet, when did that click happen, transition from middle school to high school? Because I feel like everyone in this room has had a moment in their life where that dream, that talent, that moment really clicks to them. It clicks at different ages, different times in life. So for you, when was it and where were you in that time where you really wanted to take your talents with the camera and say, I'm gonna put this first step forward?
Okay, I would say that moment happened like, I would say definitely right after high school. Like once I graduated and I had to realize like what I had to do later on down the line, I had to figure out my plan and my goal and stuff like that. I would say it definitely hit right after high school because I was kind of like, okay, do I want to go to college or do I want to just take the risk and actually just be a photographer and do it on my own? And I just took the risk and I was like, okay, it's working out. So I haven't had no issues after that. So yeah, that's pretty
Congrats, sister.
Yeah. Thank y'all.
We want to give a big thanks to Jig Pics. We appreciate you for coming out. Make sure y'all tap in our social medias and things of that such.
For that boy that really didn't know what the world was going to make of him, so he made himself something that the world just had to accept. Wherever you are, there you are. I'm that little boy still. I haven't grown up too much.
All right. Once again, I do want to say I appreciate y'all for coming out. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I am from Texas. I'm just a small antisocial kid. They ended up meeting this kid right here, and we ended up doing something that's very cool, very nice, very creative. I would not be doing this if it wasn't for him. He opened my eyes to a whole new, different type of world. Along the way, we did meet a great individual that goes by the name of Nia Paul. I'm not sure if you know her, but if you do know her, we have Nia Paul here. Without further ado, let me introduce her. So yeah, this is Nia Paul, a great creative friend that we met along the way of this journey. She is another third of the Almost Dropouts, and she will be speaking to another creative that we met at Georgia State University. She goes by the name of Nikki, Icon Nikki. Let's bring her up. Woohoo! Icon Nikki. Now, these are 2 remarkable women. I hope y'all paying attention and y'all listen to what they got to say because they got a lot of gems. And yeah.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing tonight? Good. Thank you, Phil. So as he said, I'm here with Nikki. My name is Nia Paul. This segment is basically about Fingerprint DNA, what makes you who you are, and not just how you look. So Nikki, starting with you, I know you obviously have a distinctive style, and I want to ask, what separates your style from your personal brand, if you think there is one?
Well, hey everyone, just want to say hey.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you good? So what separates my, what was it?
Your style from your brand, but I'm gonna follow up that question with how it's combined.
I want to say like my style and my brand kind of are one in a way, because in a sense my style and like how I carry myself became my brand. So yeah, I feel like they're cohesive, like they're together.
And I asked that because the last time I checked, you had 343,000 followers. Is that right, chat? She asked. Yeah, I asked that because I feel a lot of people try to separate themselves from who they really are, and that's just how the world is today. And I think you do a very good job of doing that. But next question I'm gonna ask, I know you work with a lot of big brands, and I wanna know, do you feel like you have to stop being who you are to work with them? Because they are like larger corporations.
That's like a really good question, because that's something that, like the bigger the brands I've started to work with, sometimes they try and like push a concept or like a narrative on how they want you to market something. But one thing I strive to do is do my very best to make it as personable as I can, whether it's like suggesting my own ideas to these brands when they present like, oh, promo, or just like trying to make whatever I'm wearing my own as much as possible. Like if I'm trying to promote a shoe or something that might be different than what I normally wear, or like they're asking for a type of content that isn't something I normally do, I do my best to figure out a way I can make it mine. But I mean, it's not all wins. Like that's something I'm still trying to figure out too.
Yeah.
Like it can be really hard to
advocate for yourself.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have the space to do that with working with brands, or do you feel like you're just trying to get it done, or how do you feel about that?
I feel like I feel like it's gonna take effort for me to feel like I can advocate for myself, because now I do have an agent, so it's like not just me talking to the brand.
Hello,
an agent.
She go agent. She go agent.
So it's like I gotta communicate to my agent to kind of advocate for me. So if it's possible, I just have to like take the extra effort to do so and like push for what I want more, you know?
Okay, so when you talk to those certain brands, is there a way that you kind of express to them, this is how I want it to go? Or do they just come to you and like, this is what we need you to do, this is what we need from you?
Honestly, initially, it's usually like, this is what we need from you, this is what we want you to do. There are brands I like working with more, because as much as they do that, because I mean, they're putting money into you. Like the more money, you kind of have to like put your foot down on what you want. But there are brands that actually do try and give me more creative freedom, which I do appreciate. So I would say it's like a little bit of both.
If you could like describe your aesthetic, your style in like one word is hard, one word is tough. You can do it in phrase, that's good. But if you could describe it in one word or phrase, what would you describe it as?
I could do one word. Because I feel like I thought about it. I would say fluid. Fluid.
I like that.
Because I be switched. Like, I have like my swag, but it's not like a set formula. Like I just flow like whatever.
So you don't ever feel like, oh, I gotta follow this trend.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't put it like, it's not in a box. So it's whatever I'm feeling like in a certain season or period. Like I dress like that, and then it's on to the next. But so fluid. Yeah, I would say fluid.
Write that down. Okay, so as far as like the further you want to go into your career and just working with other people, do you feel like you want to keep pushing that your DNA into it, or do you want to, like, what route do you want to go? Do you want to go the more corporate route where you're working with others, or do you want to just, I know you're always going to be yourself, but I feel like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
yeah, so you saying like, do I want to like push into being more dependent or independent, or like,
yeah, like as a creator?
I would say like, I know that to get to the angle, sort of, no matter what I'm doing, I do want to reach like a point where I'm sort of like a public figure in the fashion space, even if I'm doing other things. So I feel like it's going to take a little bit of both to get to the point of, like, it's going to take my own individual work, but then also working with others to get to that point where I can be like on my own. But again, I feel like I enjoy working with others and collaborating with corporations and stuff. So I feel like I'm open to both, like a little bit of both.
Do you have like any advice or points where you feel like you can give to other people when they start working with other people, how to remain yourself?
Yes. That it's almost as simple as that. Like if someone were to ask me now, as you start to get bigger and you're like working with other people, please like remind yourself how you started, what you enjoy about it, what makes it feel not like work. Cause like you can get drained so easily and so quick, and you can end up falling into like the trap of others or like what's trending and like trying to just get that bag, get those numbers, but then lose yourself in a way.
I feel like I didn't mean to cut you off, but I feel like there's a longevity in being yourself and who you are and keep making what you make, because you're the only person that can do it. And following trends is like, it's a new trend every other month that you got to keep, pushing for. So yeah, it's good. Yeah. But what's like your favorite brand you think you work for that kind of allowed you to do? I've talked to other creators, even like Cash. He'll say like Nike asked him to do something. We were doing that focus group. He's like, Nike asked him to do a certain thing, but he wanted it to still be him, like not an ad, like his page. Yeah. Do you feel like you also do that as well?
Yeah, that's always the goal. Like, and also it performs better for the brand when you can make it non-ad like, but sometimes you can come into like conflict with what they're asking for and it's almost like ad like. So like remind me the question you're saying. What was it you said? The
chat, what did I say? I said your favorite brand, yeah.
My favorite brand that I've worked with so far, it's really difficult, but I'll just say more recently, probably.
Is this messy?
Nah, I wouldn't say messy. Okay, more recently, I'll say like maybe this year. I want to say Vans, because they have been the most lenient when it comes to like requirements or what they're asking. They really did give me creative freedom and just like it worked. Like they had guidelines, but they paid for something, kind of told me what they wanted, but then at the end of the day, I did what I wanted and it felt natural. It did well, like a normal post, and it was in like ad. So yeah, I feel like Vans, I've always enjoyed working with them.
That's good. I don't know if it's the time yet, but we're going to open the floor for questions. We have one arm set up in the back.
D Cash K.
Sweet. So my name is Cash. I got a question for Nikki. I've been following your content for about a few years now, and I love the progression from the first time I had seen your content. I got a question. So you started off making short form content, and once you garnered your audience, you switched over to styling. And your styling work has been amazing so far. It's a great portfolio, so anybody check it out if you have the time. But my question would be, when you're styling others, which do you enjoy more? Hearing their vision and trying to actualize it, or do you like taking control and saying, look, this is what I envision for you, let me take the wheel and sort of do it that way?
Literally the second option. I literally, the friends that I've styled recently, I'll tell them, look, are you okay with being my puppet? Like, I literally am using you as the canvas, and like I just do what I envision would look good on them. So I prefer that. But it's not like I'm opposed to eventually, as I grow in my styling career, obviously like hearing other people's work. But most of the time my friends are just like, oh sure, I'll model for you. They don't really even have like a vision or anything. So yeah.
How was it when did brands reach out to you, or were you like reaching out to them?
When I first started hearing from brands, it was them reaching out to me. I did learn later on how to start reaching out to brands, but most of the time it would be like gifting if I reached out to brands. But yeah, they started reaching out to me before I even knew of that world, like at all.
Wait, I have a question. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
I got one more. Is there any, it's like leading off of his, is there any brands that like reach out to you? I don't know if this is messy, but is there any brands that reach out to you and you be like, nah, like, can you do it?
Okay, I don't have any specifically in my mind. Oh, actually I do.
Don't say it. It's everybody signed an NDA at the door. We're cool. Just go ahead.
No, Fashion Nova.
Yeah, Warriors. No good. Okay, y'all go ahead.
Okay. My question is, on a personal tip, how do you separate the person from the page? And how do you navigate when new people try to enter your life and you don't necessarily, is it hard for you to navigate intentions, when people are entering your life because of the status that you have acquired over the years?
That's real. Okay. So your first question is like, how do I separate the person from the page? Like when I meet someone and their social media?
No, yourself. Like, how do you go about separating the two entities that you on social media and who you are as far as meeting new people?
Oh, okay. I usually, it's almost like a reality thing. Like when I live day to day, I don't really be tying like my platform to who I am. I just move as I am. Usually if I meet someone and they mention my page and it's like a reality check, like, oh shoot, like, okay, a lot of people see me, but most of the time I generally just move and act like a normal human being. So when I meet people, I don't assume that they know me or have seen me. I just treat them as is. Usually people be telling on themselves if they come up like, yeah, I'm a big fan. So it's like, okay, now I know. But most of the time it's easy to just act normal. And then your second question, like how I can interpret like their intentions and stuff, it really be just, I go like read vibes or energies, maybe like if they're asking me for something off the jump versus just, hey, I rock with you, and then talking to me like a normal person. So I kind of judge based off of that.
I got a question. So I've been looking to post on Pinterest, right? Because you got a following on Pinterest as well. How did you start posting on Pinterest? And then like, how did you figure out that algorithm to like keep your style forefront? Because you have a whole like Pinterest mood board on Pinterest and shit. Kind of crazy.
Bruh, it's funny. I started literally, I think it was right after I graduated high school, and it was just, bro, I used to be playing dress up by myself all the time. So I'd be having like hella photos on my phone of different outfits on myself. I don't know why I started posting them on Pinterest. Like Pinterest was different when I started posting, so it was more aesthetic in my opinion. Like, so I was just posting it to post, and then I started getting like a notification from Pinterest. Like it was really weird. So I would say I don't know the algorithm. Like I don't even understand that. I would say if you are looking to post on Pinterest, just post like anything all the time. I don't even pay attention, like tags, titles. I don't do none of that because it's like photo based. And I would say just keep doing it. Because one thing I love about that is just people always go there for inspiration based off what they see. They might not know who made the post or like what it is, but they're just gonna save it because it looks cool or they like it. So I would say, yeah, just post whatever and anything. It's kind of almost like a spam page in a way if you see it like that. Yeah.
Now, you've mentioned 2 other brands that you work with. Are you able to mention any other brands that you work with? Like a list of a few?
A lot. It's a lot. I would say this year, like Foot Locker, UGG, Adidas. It's a lot, but like H&M. Yeah, a ton. A lot of like brands that you see or know, like I guess mainstream, but yeah, like a lot. Thank you.
Okay, so as far as modeling goes, are there any big goals that you had this year, like by the end of 2025, that you would like to have checked off the bucket list?
Regarding modeling, I think I've already checked off that goal, which I'm really blessed. It was working.
Hello.
Oh yeah, like I was gonna say, I wanted to model for like a corporation versus just like smaller photo shoots. So yeah, I got to model for Foot Locker. Yeah.
That's all the questions.
Oh, I got one quick question. So, I recently found about you, you and Cash. We have the same nail tech, TT, Fanta, Big T Nails. So, we have.
Wait, you said what?
He
Big
said
T
the same nail
nails.
tech.
Oh, nail tech.
Yeah.
Oh,
Big T.
oh,
Yeah.
Big
So
T.
I found about you through her, and then I started watching you and Cash. I remember when I was in high school. I ain't gonna lie, I used to watch you like a lot, bro. Like when I always got tired of like the skinny jean trend, and I saw like you were doing different shit, and I always found that crazy as hell. So I fuck with it heavy. So you guys kind of pulled me back into that fashion umbrella, getting me back comfortable and whatnot. I guess my question to you is, what is it like? Maybe mentally you haven't realized it yet, or maybe you have, making that one big break. You know, because there's a lot of people in the Atlanta scene doing the same thing and whatnot, but you two seem to be the only two people that I can honestly say have made that big break above everyone else. What is that feeling like? How do you describe that, and how does that affect your daily lives now? I guess it's a two-part question for both of you, so.
I feel like I kind of would describe it as surreal because it takes me actually stepping back and realizing the position I'm in. Like, to even be like called to speak to people, like that's like an honor, and it's like, man, it's something that not everyone has. So it's just, I would describe it as surreal and very thrilling, but it's not something I'm always thinking about because it's like I'm just going with the flow, going with life, doing a lot of things. But yeah, it's very cool. Like I love it.
And I guess a quick little brief intermission. You've been through like so many trends, from the baggy t-shirts, the boohoo man trend, the fucking football jersey trend down. How do you describe just going through each of those chapters and still being relevant, still being on top of something that's changing every fucking second?
Yeah, Cash, stand up. This is Life of Cash K. Everybody,
yes.
So, that's a good question. Simply put, just being yourself. I'm a person. One of the main things that I go by is like I'm undefined, and the reason why I say that is because I like so many different things, and so many different things make me who I am. So one day I might feel like a rock star, another day I might be on some streetwear vibes, another day I might be on some like minimalistic Helmut Lang vibes. So I really lean into that, hone into that, and don't really try to let people like put me into a box and say, oh, this is my aesthetic. I'm undefined. So, you know, I will bounce styles, but because behind the clothes, I'm still me, and people know me for Cash no matter what I'm wearing. I feel like that's what sort of kept me relevant. And my whole thing is the life of Cash K. So clothing is a big factor of my brand, but the life will always be like, lifestyle is like always the forefront. So like even down to something like meeting Nikki, like inviting my audience into my world and them watching us grow together, or even my friends in my life, and you know, starting different businesses and meeting different people. That's like lifestyle. And then the clothing is just another pillar that is layered underneath, where it's like, okay, he's wearing that, but he's also living this life. It all coexists together. So I feel like that will always keep you relevant in the sense where it's like, it don't matter about what you're wearing, it matter about you. And the clothing is just what make you cooler. So.
Hey y'all, that's all we have for a segment with Nikki. I want you to give a round of applause for Nikki. Thank you, you did great.
Bye everyone, thank you.
Let me stand, chat. Okay. The last segment we have is with the Almost Dropouts with Kai, Phil, and me. So I'm gonna welcome them back up here. These are really my brothers. Like, it's really gang. You want to sit right there?
Hey, baby, I want to sit on the seat with y'all though.
Good shit, big bro.
What's up?
You good?
Y'all almost dropped out today?
Every day.
I finished school.
I still didn't even register. I ain't even register for my classes for the fall.
You be tripping.
I'm right there. Me?
I said I didn't. You? Wait, have you?
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
He lying.
I'm gonna drop out for real, y'all. Every day.
Facts. And we do got the tees right here. We got tees over there if y'all want one to grab one of them.
Plug.
You know, it ain't really too much, but yeah.
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
How do y'all feel like the Almost Dropout speaks to you as a person? You a part of the brand.
I think that we are that though. Go ahead, Phil.
The Almost Dropouts it's very dearly. I mean, it means something very deep to me because in high school I always like prioritized my academics over everything, but then I got to college and I'm like, which is very backwards because I know that we have to pay for classes, and in high school it's like everything's free. So being Almost Dropout is just like, I don't know. It's a daily contemplation. Wait, what? I forgot. My bad, y'all. I'm not locked in.
Basically, what it means to you. You want me to go?
You can just stop it.
What it means to me, just meeting Kai and Phil. I met them this summer going into college, so we wasn't in college yet. So just
actually doing a podcast with Zay.
No,
Yeah,
we was.
we were.
We did the photo shoot first. Remember we did the photo shoot with Mo? Didn't we do that first?
The photo shoot was after. We set it up after.
Oh, okay.
It don't matter. At the end of the day, we met before we went to college. So just being able to grow with two men that I consider like
just
two.
call us men? Are we men now?
Yeah, y'all are men. My closest
That's
friends.
right.
I mean, it's great to just go and just talk like every Sunday. Whenever we do it, every other Sunday. I don't know. I'm grateful for the both of them. I can't wait to see how far they go with their brand, YoungCreatorZ, and just being a part of that as an individual has been great. Have great people around me.
Thank you. I have a question. Now, I'm not sure how old everybody else is in the crowd, but we are entering our senior year, and we're about to graduate.
Yeah, you old.
How are y'all feeling about senior year coming up, man? Like, it's crazy. Like you did just say we met before freshman year started, and now we're about to be seniors.
That's crazy, right?
How was that? Are y'all in anybody in college? Y'all in college in here? Anybody?
Raise your hand if you're in college.
Y'all in college?
Raise your hand if you want to drop out.
Okay, for sure.
All right.
Hello. Now,
But don't keep going.
Yeah. Now, how y'all feeling about senior year coming up though?
I just finished junior year like last week. You know, our quarters are long, but
Oh yeah, she go to SCAD, y'all. They don't do semesters, they do quarters.
we in there for a minute.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. I'm ready to.
You ready to leave school?
It's scary to think about like what you finna do after, but just like, dang, like we really did it type. You know what I'm saying?
Not yet. I ain't did it yet. That's a long. That's
what they say.
Hey, senior year seems like it's about to be like a long.
Yeah, no.
trip.
I know this is about to be a lot of hard work.
Bro, register for my classes tonight.
I'm for sure gonna register for classes. I'm definitely gonna register for classes. What's going on?
Does the brand being almost dropped out keep you from dropping out?
Yeah, because it gotta be. I tell my mom. I ain't tell my mom this. I'm lying, y'all. I'm lying. I told
All he
somebody.
do is lie.
All right, wait. I told somebody this. I was like, they were like, you almost drop out, but just go ahead. Like, no, nigga.
No good.
If I go and drop out, I can't put the almost in front of it. And then I'm the college dropout, and that's Kanye. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie. I think it's gonna feel way better when we graduate and then we look back and we actually realize that we were really almost
About to
dropouts,
drop
but we
out.
did it though.
I got my caption ready for my grad pitch already. Yeah.
Facts.
I'm saying like when I post my grad pitch, I'm gonna be like, almost. And I feel like everybody should get it.
That's hard, yeah.
They're like, right.
That's real. No, that's facts. What are some of the sacrifices that you feel like you've made?
Oh, let me go first.
Yeah.
I got a job. I hate jobs. Like, I had a job, yo. I was going to class. I would go to class, leave from class with my clothes in my book bag, go work security at the aquarium where they wouldn't even allow you to read books on the post. A book, gang, like, not my phone.
Now you be
book.
on the phone at work.
You feel
doing
me?
nothing.
Not yeah, right. I
Not
don't know.
just-
I want to quit that job too.
But that's it.
But not like that's a sacrifice. I never thought I would have to work a job. Like photography was paying the bills, which was $0 a month.
Facts.
So I was pocketing a lot. You know what I'm saying? Photography was doing its thing. I never thought I would have to get a job, but I'm glad I did because if I didn't, I'm gonna be here.
Facts. How about you?
I would say finally like moving out.
She go apartment.
Facts.
In the city.
She did get an apartment. Facts.
Yeah, I did. But yeah, I guess I consider that a sacrifice because I didn't have to do it. Like I was cooling at my mom's spot, you know. Then I realized like I can't keep driving to SCAD every day for 40 minutes. I need to be there. I am a fashion design student, so you got to be able to get up, go to class, go to work, stay up till 3 working on stuff. So I just couldn't keep driving. So I was like, you know what, I gotta move. So I moved to Buckhead, and that was a sacrifice in its own, just moving on my own. My dad and my brother don't live here, so Kai, y'all help me out. Y'all can. But yeah, just doing that and trying to step into that stage of being a woman was a sacrifice, but I appreciate it all. I'm grateful for it.
Facts.
Sacrifice.
That's
right,
right, bro. Honestly, bro, when we started filming at the dorm, I'm a very like paranoid person. So when we started having like
people
random guests coming in like into my space, like you said what?
Bro, but it was
Cause no, I'm just very like I don't know, I'm paranoid. So when we start having people come into like our personal space and like I would skip out on homework here and there to go do a podcast, and then I would do homework the next day, or I would study the next day, or whatever the case may be. That was a big sacrifice for me because I'm not really used to having people that I don't know come into my personal space just for business to film or whatever the case may be. But I mean, it was all for the greater good, and I mean, we've seen some good results so far, so hopefully let's continue to have that go upward. And, you know, I'm nothing short but grateful of it, honestly.
Yeah, definitely was Ubering to comments overly.
Yeah, no, she definitely was.
No good.
I barely had my car either.
She definitely was. No,
that was a big sacrifice. I said another sacrifice is like being away from family. I know my family probably think I ain't never home, and I'm just. They swear I got an excuse for everything. They just swear I got an excuse for everything. But no, I mean everything I'm doing is like they in the back of my mind, they at the top of my heart. So
why you act like you in Alaska doing something?
Nah, it feel like I be away from them for so long. Like my nieces and my nephews, I don't never be home throughout the day. I be working at night, so I don't know. That's a big sacrifice as well.
That's real.
For sure.
I'm ready to graduate.
I'm not. I ain't gonna lie. I'm really not. I know I be like I hate school, but I like school. It's a little safe net. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all think
I ain't out in the real world yet.
We like always gonna maintain? Well, I guess it's a question for the crowd, for everybody in college. Like, do you think when we graduate, we're gonna be able to always maintain that community amongst each other, or how will you try to do so?
I don't know. I'm a very antisocial person myself.
Feel like you just did an interview like smooth.
I did because you know, just you gotta take care of business. But like, I personally don't like. It's hard. I don't want to say it's hard, but like, I don't usually like reach out to a lot of my friends first. I don't know why. I just like to stay in my bubble and watch TV, go outside, sit in nature, or whatever the case may be. Okay. So I don't know how that's gonna happen, but I mean, I feel like it'll happen because. Like he mentioned earlier, we started with a group named Shark Tales that we had a podcast with, and I'm still very close and in touch with everybody to this day, by the grace of God. So, yeah, it'll happen.
I feel like if Chris keep doing events like this and producing, I think we'd be straight.
Facts.
The community lies in where the community can be. So if we keep creating spaces where the community could come out and just be themselves and network and have fun with people, it'll never die.
Facts.
We all connected in one way. Each of us got each other Instagram or some number maybe. So it's just all about inviting people out, just showing love. You feel me?
I got a question too. Is anybody going to school for their masters, or like do they plan on going to school for their masters?
Y'all so much better than me.
I'm thinking about it, but like I don't know if I really like want to go through with it. Like, do y'all have anything to say about that? Like going to school for the masters, like.
Maybe another degree. Hey, just take your time.
Take your time.
It ain't really about like when you finish, just finish. Like, you know what I'm saying? But don't take like 19 years, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm thinking about it, but I feel like if I take that gap year, I might just really say screw it. I got my bachelor's and just run with it. So I don't know. I want to hear like a little motivation for the master students.
Get up, big bro. Get up.
Don't do it. You don't
I recommend doing it. It's really all about how bad you want it. Because, like, let's just say, for instance, me and Rashid go to the same school. Rashid, it's not even really how bad you want it. Like, if you want motivation on, like, how it's going to be, it truly depends on yourself, but it also depends on the program you're at. My program, I'm not even going to lie. Sit down, my work due on Friday. I probably don't turn it into, like, Monday. But my teacher is like what everybody does in the real world now. The master's is different from the bachelor's, the undergraduate. So it really depends on your program, one. It depends on your program, one, but it also depends on yourself because I ain't gonna tell you how many times I almost dropped out. But and it's only been since January. It really depends on yourself and your program, that's all. But it's not bad at all if you want to go straight into it.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I think No, I think it depends on how you want your life to be, right? Like what I did when I was an undergrad is I made a plan to like, how do I want my life to be 10 years from now, right? And if I need to go to school, then I have to go to school, right? To satisfy what I want my life to be. So it all just depends on how you want your life to be, man. So sit down and I guess like write about, create your life, right? Be imaginative as possible. And just create that life for yourself and then go after it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You'll be good.
I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
I need to hear that. Nah, I need to hear that for sure.
Yeah, y'all want to bring out everybody else for like a Q&A or whatnot?
Yeah, can everybody come out? Yeah,
Everybody
you come out too.
Yeah,
Can everybody come out? We have the last Q&A.
Where Nikki at? Where Jig at?
Yeah, no.
Where ATL Candy at? Now, where Nikki at for real? Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. We might as well stand up. Yeah, let's stand up.
So questions or whatnot. Okay, Dini, I got it.
Yeah, I feel like we might as well get it.
Perfect. I got all y'all. So really, I had a question. So, you know, people
Sorry, my bad. Go ahead.
Now, people say, you know, a picture says 1,000 words, right? But how does that correlate? Like, how do y'all feel like that correlates to what y'all do? Y'all take pictures, y'all. You feel me?
But that's
Perfect example.
That's it. Like,
You feel me?
Damn, why that picture though? Look at, damn, I look. Oh, my bad. Take the mic. Take it back.
But yeah, how would y'all explain that correlates to y'all? Like, you know, what y'all do?
Wait, can you say the question one more time? Sorry.
I got you. Nah, I got you.
Not like that.
Nah, so look, you know, pictures, everybody say like picture says 1,000 words. So like, you know, again, y'all take pictures, that's what y'all do. But how do y'all feel like, you know, that correlates to what y'all do? Like, you know, like.
I'm still trying to get the question.
He's saying
like you said, it's
like a picture says 1,000 words. So how relevant or how significant is that in your work?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would just say like, I mean, all my pictures got some type of theme or message or whatever. I would just say it's really important because you have to have like some type of meaning to what you're doing because, I mean, you can't just like take pictures and then it's nothing behind it. I feel like I always have some type of like theme, meaning, color, whatever you want to, you know, put into play with it. But I mean, it's important for me at least because I like to be very creative with my work. So,
For me, I feel like it's the same thing. I guess it just depends on who the photographer is. I mean, for her vision, for her work is those are the 1,000 words. You know what I mean? It's like the picture is a picture, but her message that she had in her mind when she made the pictures, those are the words. When I do, it's whatever I'm visioning in my head, whatever message I want to give off. That's what makes it have 1,000 words. It's like you're supposed to see beyond just the picture. For me, you know what I mean? It's like, look, you know, engage. I want engagement. I want community. I want people to just look at the fits, get some inspiration, feel good. You know what I mean? It's not just about, fit pick. You know, to me, it's more than that.
I can answer that too? Yeah. Okay. So, I didn't take this picture. Actually, this picture was taken by Bradley. Shout out, Brad. But when I was editing, I was like, dang, like that really talks to us. Like Phil is that laid back, not doing too much kind of kid. Nia always, Nia, y'all know Nia be getting on us. And then I'm just off, just looking out, like, where we going next? And just playing around, man. That's us, for real. Like, to the true essence, that's us. Cash, you got a question? You know you can pass that to him? Who got one? Oh, my bad, big bro. He next. No, I'm saying.
When when the lights stop, when the lights get dark, when it's just you by yourself, how do y'all feel about the direction that y'all lives are headed towards? How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel when nobody is watching? What your life path, like what does it say about you? Do you ever feel like you're not doing enough? Do you ever feel like you should be somewhere else, or you've earned certain things that you don't necessarily have? How do you feel about yourself?
Okay, so like you said, we in the dark, you know, when the lights cut off or whatnot, how I feel about the direction of my life. I don't know. I don't know the direction of my life. So that's where faith and trust in God come in, because that valley and that tunnel that you're going through, you seen the light, all around you is dark. So you kind of got to be willing to trust that you're going to come out on the other side of this tunnel a new person or a better person than what you were before you went in. So when them lights turn off, man, and it's just me, I go to sleep. ain't nothing to stress about though, for real. You just gotta know God got you, for real. I go to sleep.
Nah, that's real. I would say for me, I just know I know what path I'm gonna go down. Like, I feel like I'm very divinely protected. I feel like when I'm in the dark by myself, I just feel like everything's gonna go good for myself. As long as you speak positive things into yourself, then that's just what's gonna be portrayed. So yeah, that's how.
Yeah.
I'm next. Literally, bruh, literally what Kai said. Like, understanding that God's got me, so that's kind of what keeps me like, okay, because it's inevitable to have those thoughts that, am I doing the right thing? What am I doing next year? Am I on the right path? Like, that's inevitable. I feel like everybody goes through that, no matter if you feel like you got numbers or you're doing something great. So trusting that God's got me, and that if I keep, praying and like trusting him, that I'm gonna be all right. So I do sleep too.
Working off of that, I agree with everybody, and it's good to hear that people like y'all so deep in your faith. I love surrounding myself with people like that. But just for me, even me like waking up in the morning, the first thing I do before I even touch my phone, I say verbally or in my head, "Thank you, God, for waking me up." So I feel like that's such a little thing that we kind of overlook. Like, you for real woke up this morning, and some people didn't, and just being grateful and leading with faith over that. I also feel like just knowing it's bigger than just you. Like, you yourself feeling like, oh, I can't do this. I kind of always keep in the back of my head, like, it is bigger than just me. He gonna carry the cross that you can't. So at the end of the day, like, you just gotta keep going, believing, and yeah.
Yeah, for me personally, it's about, at the end of the day, it's about, did I help find peace today? As long as I'm doing something that's contributing to my happiness or contributing to me being at peace with just doing my work or whatever the case may be, that's my top priority, honestly and truly. Just finding peace and being grateful for who I have around me and my community. Yeah.
For me, I feel like, honestly speaking, those moments in the dark, like when I'm questioning everything, I feel like that's when my art becomes the best in a way. And it's sad that it's that way, but it's when I'm real with myself. I ask myself questions, and when I ask myself those deep questions about why am I feeling like this, when I'm all alone or things are not going as good as I would want it to go, that's when I like kind of journal, like I put it inside of like an artistic form. Like that picture earlier from Jig segment where we had like those bullets flying around my head, that's like a storytelling picture when I was just thinking about, I just got finished like watching the movie on Fred Hampton. And I was like, man, it gotta be like a dope way to like tell this story, because I'm like drowning in these thoughts about like how deep it is that somebody did that at like the young age of 21. So like those moments in the dark is like, I just write them down, and I find a way to like kind of like put it like within my art kind of. And I feel like that makes me very vulnerable, which is what I want when it comes to my art. Cause I feel like everybody mentioned, we all relate on those moments as humans when we are very vulnerable. So yeah, that's my answer.
For me, I feel like I'm very faith-based too. I grew up like that. So it's like, even when things are going wrong, it's like there's always the good in the wrong. And that's just how I think. It's like built into me. Honestly, even on the lows, there's always some type of like, I'm like, okay, if it's low right now, that means tomorrow's gonna be a great day. You know what I mean? Like, it's always a plus to something. There's always an outlook. Some people hate that I'm like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. You'd be very surprised. Some people don't like this overwhelming positivity, but it's what keeps me going. So I can't, falter for that. It's gonna always be a positive, and that's what's gonna keep me happy at the end of the day. So that's how I keep moving.
So my question would be, I feel like it's super cool that we have, objectively speaking, everyone's relatively young, creative, entrepreneurs, aspiring for like bigger things, and community is a big thing. So what would be your biggest takeaway? I know everyone's into different creative mediums, and whether it be in terms of finances, or it could be creativity itself, or actualizing an idea. I know in the beginning of this segment, you were talking about having an idea, and then, now it's here. So what would be like your biggest takeaway, if you could have like a one-liner or something that's quotable? Again, it could be anything that's about life, whether it's adversity. I know we talked about consistency, discipline. Like up until this point, what is like your biggest takeaway for your story? So I'm kind of looking for different answers for everyone. Nothing that's super similar because everyone's story is different. So like what makes y'all who y'all are, if you could do it in a short phrase and like your biggest takeaway.
What makes me who I am? I just want to make. Nah, that's cliche. Like I think y'all heard that too much. I don't know. I just want to tell stories. That's it. You know. And this is a story about how to build an authentic brand through the odds of people who have authentic and successful brands. And I kind of base that off the community that they built and the following that they have. So I just want to tell stories. I feel like you can imitate all you want, and you could tell stories over and over and again. But it's like the telephone method. Right, you start off with one message, and as it goes down the line, somehow the message get messed up. But that's because everybody is putting their own fingerprint on that story and then passing it along. So I just want to put my fingerprint on the story and pass it along. Am I spit right now? I'm clip working.
Nah, you good. For me personally, I would say just doing whatever makes you happy and finding peace within. I feel like I often talk to other family members and they're being told to do something that they don't want to do, whether it's go get a trade or go to college or whatever the case may be. I feel like as long as you're doing whatever makes you happy and you're finding peace within and you're okay with just being by yourself at the end of the day, then that's all that matters for me.
For me, half the time, I just be doing stuff because I like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really think about how cool something like this is in the moment. Like, going to New York, it is a bad thing. Like I appreciate it, but I don't think too much of it. Like when it came to the whole idea of Million Village, which is the page where I do like community events. Like it started off with my friends right here in New York, like my homies PJ and Prince. Like we was just in New York going to like these fashion events, to these like different things that was going on. And it was just the like straight community, like everybody just enjoying it. So it's like in Fashion Week, and I'm like, why not bring something like that to ATL? Like, I was just talking to Justin, I was telling him, like, I feel like what he does with his pictures, like, has the power to change, like, Atlanta, like, fashion culture, or just Atlanta in general. So it's kind of like, for me, like, I just do stuff because I genuinely like doing it. Like, one day I like doing fashion shows, another day I like designing, another day I like creative directing. And I hate the cliche, I'm a multidisciplinary artist, but, like, that's why nowadays I just say I'm a creative director for real, because it's like, man, I just enjoy doing so much stuff, and it's a broad statement, but I know I said it like 3 times, but yeah, I just enjoy doing different stuff. So yeah, whatever my mind is interested in at the moment, that's whatever I'm diving into, and I just want to do it like at its highest capability. So yeah.
For me, I would just say mine is just my staple thing that I say for myself, for my business, is capturing something simple and turning it into something beautiful. Yeah.
One that I feel like is it can be broad, but it's also sort of niche when I thought about it, is I was kind of talking to myself. I'm like, bruh, like what you like, and when you stop liking it, like something else. Like, it's not that deep. And how I feel like that applies to like my brand is like clothes, style, swag, hence like my style being fluid. I mean, I don't want to stress too much about finding like my one way to dress or like your one way to look. So like what you like, when you stop liking it, like something else. On to the next.
That's cool. Well, we got one more question. Oh, Ma got a question. Yeah, get her. You good? Go ahead.
Okay, so if somebody wanted to do something with like influencing or like fashion, modeling, podcasting, what would you tell them how to start? Like where would I, like, if somebody wanted to do that, where would they start? How would they start?
Just do it.
Just do it? I figured that was the answer.
I mean, that's with like any creative. I feel like everybody here had to just start. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We only are known because we did something. So realistically, just put out your art. Everybody's gonna like what they like. I mean, there's a lot of people who don't like stuff, but there's a lot of people who do like it. So at the end of the day, whatever you do, somebody's gonna like what you do. Just do it, and do it consistently, and love it, and make it part of your life, make it a habit, and it'll come. Everything you're looking for will come. Like, that's just what it is,
That's real.
For me, I would say a thing that I would say is very good to like take note of is just reaching out to people too, because I feel like a lot of people are scared to kind of like get engaged and try to like meet different people and actually reach out to them. So I say like go ahead and do them emails, text messages, just introduce yourself to a lot of different people, and you'll go from there. Cause I've done that too, just with being a photographer and just trying to like get myself out there and try to like get more on a higher realm of things. I would just say, yeah, reach out to different people because people are looking, and yeah.
I have like one quick addition, like to just starting, and like I always tell my like people who ask me this, like start with what you have, and that's how you're gonna figure out like what works for you. Because if you don't start, you're not gonna know how to get better. So it really is just start, and then you're gonna figure out your content will evolve. Like you'll evolve, you'll figure out what's your swag, what do you like, what makes you different, like as you go. So yeah.
That's real. Thank you.
Thank you. Last question, man.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? So the question that I have for you guys is, with the art that you guys create, what comes first? Does the emotion create the creativity, or does the creativity create the emotion?
I think for me, the emotion creates the creativity. So like, I had that feeling, hey, I really want to drop out. No, I'm not, but like, okay, cool. Almost dropped out. Almost dropped out. Then it was like, okay, how can I work the almost dropout? What can we do with that? Or a podcast with other almost dropouts that's gonna reach all the almost dropouts. And so I think the emotion drives the creativity. What y'all think?
I would say the same. The emotion drives the creativity. I'm not sure if you all watch any of the Almost Dropouts podcast, but if you do, we don't script anything. We just go in there and we talk about strictly how we feel and what's been going on in today's life or whatever the case may be. So it's strictly just driven off of emotion, and then we create what we create through that.
I would agree as well too. Emotion creates the creativity. I spend a lot of time just pondering, and that pondering turns into passion projects. So yeah, short answer, but yeah, the emotion creates the creativity for me.
Oh yeah, I agree. It's yeah.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Yeah. Basically.
All right, we all good. I think that's gonna wrap up the show for today, man. I appreciate y'all for coming out. It's real. Shout out to all y'all. Y'all be safe. Y'all make it home safe. We appreciate. Shout out to Millie on the Village for powering this.
Appreciate that, my brother.
It is us. Shout out to the Young Creators. That's, you know what I mean? Shout out to the Almost Dropouts. Shout out to our guests that we have on here. Make sure y'all go tap in with all of their social media.
We got ATL Cannon, we got Rich Hip Hop.
Yeah, everybody.
And real quick, shout out to the audience as well, because y'all made this for real. Yeah, so feel me?
Sure.
Real quick, next village event, we just doing a homeless drive, giving back to the community. So if y'all want to come through for that, I'll post it. Yeah, so yeah, appreciate y'all. We finna get lit, turn up some. I don't know, appreciate y'all. We ain't doing nothing after this? Whatever.
Yeah. We out.
We going against dudes, flowing against dudes, turned up in the lounge, hanging out real rude. And these girls, they look like food. This beat got me inside another mood. And I'm the illest MC that you ever heard. 1,000 grams inside a dope bird. Flies I wanna be, microphone master. Y'all take pills, by the phone, get me faster. Ghetto blaster, loud for the heaven ear. Love getting on stage, pointing and telling it, but I gotta get off. with a J and call, pass to a stranger. I'm a danger, nigga, you Kramer. Show me the love, pouring the bub in the back of the club. I saw my homie said, what up, cuz? He threw the peace sign and said, what up, cuz? South for the team, liquidation, become a patient. Wrath of the math in the back of the class, while my teacher asked, where your ghetto pass? In my back pocket, you wanna see me rock it? I'ma blast off, straight to the black hole, Big Bang Theory. Shots to everyone that's hearing me. Give me a cigarette, Dennis Leary.
Y'all dudes talking ass smack on the internet. Stay talking about rap and what's relevant. Elephant in the room, fact that we fill a room on any continent and then tear it down a little bit. Did it for the fans, did it for the plans that me and my mans made when we turned 16, dude. From the next step to the 12th step, kept it correct, they never neglected the campaign. True, blue, till I die, wonder why. Must be the love I receive from all of y'all. Back and forth like a volleyball over the net. Analog dialogue may always connect to met Mike and Chris, so rip a mic like this, put a light to this and spend a night like this with a couple of beers, a couple of peers, and seriously, the P got a catalog for your ears. But nevertheless, that's end up not done. All of your stress just to cause problems. Pass it to your man like damn, yo, we not done. Not a problem, make it stop, so we call them. Haters collect like hello. Check it out, George Jefferson strut, and then I'm walking it out. No money, no problem, don't matter. We can solve them, rock a P, check a peace sign out like I see me, yo, love.